Thanks for plugging into the Street Stories podcast. And for those of you guys who are listening for the first time, I go out on the street and I just meet people, influencers, artists, anybody that has a story behind them. And I have young Leo in the building. We
Hello.
are currently at Dash Radio. Shout out to Tastemakers for actually making it happen and giving us this platform to record. So how are you doing?
I'm doing
young Leo?
very good, very good.
So here, I'm about to plug you guys all into young Leo. And how was your was it post Cinco de Mayo?
It was good. It was good.
Did you have any tequila?
No,
For those of you guys listening, yesterday was the 5th of May, and we were just here and chilling. So did you do anything?
Yeah. No, I'm feeling so good today because yesterday I did nothing except smoke a little bit. So yeah, I felt, woke up feeling great. Went straight to the gym. Everything was good.
Smoked a tree?
Yeah. Probably a whole tree. Yes.
A whole tree.
No. But no, it was good. Actually, I may have gone out, but to be completely honest, I smoked a little bit too much, fell asleep around 8 p.m., woke up at 1, and then I just worked on music because all the parties were over.
Yeah.
So I just worked on music for a couple hours before I fell back asleep. Yeah. But,
Dope. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming through. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
for those of you guys who are listening, I went to this small bar out in Northridge. It was like 5 minutes from my house. And J.R. Jones, the guy that you met that night, the homie, he invited me out. I went to go support. And I walk in and I see you on the stage. And I just thought that your music, whatever you were rapping, was hella dope. Like,
Thank you.
I fuck with you.
Thank you so much.
Like 100%. And you just flow really nicely. Nice bars.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But so tell me a little bit about how you got started. I know you probably get that question all the time. But just a little bit of context of where you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up, I wasn't huge into like the rap scene. I listened to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I was really big into rap, but I would write like poems. And then, cause I was a very small little kid. I couldn't defend myself against the bullies. The only way I could get a chick is to try to roam it. It never worked.
No way.
But it didn't work.
Well, you're a good looking guy,
But,
so I'm surprised.
I looked like a
Compliments.
gremlin as a child, but thank you. No, I came up.
Self-conscious things about yourself growing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did you grow up?
So I was born in St. Louis, but I grew up in a small town in Illinois. I lived in a very small town called Jonesboro for years and years. But yeah, and it was an interesting place, but it was very small. I don't know if it stemmed from me growing up in a small town or if I just never really liked small towns, but I wanted to be somewhere bigger, always. And so, yeah, even like living in St. Louis, I just wanted to go somewhere bigger, which is why I came to LA, especially once I started doing music. But, to get back to where I started music was, I started doing poems. And then I actually had an uncle who, he was like my pen pal.
Okay.
We would write letters back and forth.
Aww.
And one day I don't know who started it, but like we wrote a couple like lines to like diss the other person.
Yeah.
And then it changed the whole relationship completely. Instead of like letters catching up, we would just go hard. Just like three note sheets. And we would just go back and forth. And so it was like the longest, slowest rap battle in history. And I think
it all started with the alphabet.
Yeah, there we go. And so I think that's how I like started rapping. I didn't get serious about it though until my freshman year of college.
Okay.
I was actually dating a girl, and I had met her. I was at home meeting her family, and her brother and her cousin rapped a bunch.
Oh, okay.
So I was listening to them, and I was like, "Hey, this is tight.
Yeah.
Let me try to." And so I've never written to a beat. So I started doing that, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Like really, that was it.
So you started writing with your uncle. Your uncle, you said, right?
Yeah.
When you were a teenagers?
No,
did you say,
this
or
was like
younger?
12, well, 13, I guess,
almost
technically.
about.
But yeah. Like 11, 12, 13, he was like my pen pal. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you get into you're in high school now, hook up with girlfriends, whatever.
I wish.
Have that love relationship.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. And your music, I actually listened to a lot of your music before.
Yeah.
Yesterday, today, or whatnot. I had to plug into, all your music.
Absolutely.
But so you've been working, I see. Like you have some singles out. You put a whole album out of Live It Up? Or what is it called?
No, so Live It Up, that's a single. Recently, I started dropping a song every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So Live It Up is what I started with, and then it was Take Off and yada, yada. And so, now I'm to this Saturday will be my 5th song that I'm releasing.
Yeah.
And that was because my last project I dropped last June. So it's coming up on a year. I don't have a new project ready yet, but I still have all this music.
Yeah. No,
and I'm like, dope. I can't just sit here. So, so I'm just dropping it, just throwing a song out.
Yeah. Well, but one video, was it Barnes & Noble?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Thank you.
But it's still, you did that a year ago.
Yeah.
But it's still, there's getting a lot of views still. Or was it that one? Or there's one that you got a lot of views on.
There's Barnes & Noble is definitely up there. I have a song called Gone. That's a music video as well.
Gone. I really like Gone.
I rap really fast.
I really like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Seriously.
Appreciate it.
Wait, I want to go back to that. How did you come up with that concept of, so you write your own music, obviously, and that song, just to like put it all together to produce it, do you have help from other people? What's your like process like when you're making a piece like that?
Well, production, I definitely get help.
Okay.
Yeah, I only do so much myself. But once that I did make that beat, but that was a heavily sampled beat as well. And so whenever I started that, I had just finished all the writing to my project Lost Inspiration, and I was still like in a jam. I was in a mental, like I couldn't think of anything, writer's block type of thing.
Yeah. And
it had been like months and months, and then finally, whenever I was just writing this beat, the first line came, and it was I've been gone for a minute, and then I was like, yeah, let's just make a whole song around that one line, And so, and that's how it came. And then I just wanted to talk about how I've been feeling ever since I finished that project,
Yeah.
And what's been going on in time.
Yeah, that's cool. You just like kind of put all the puzzle pieces together of like
Try
that
to.
time.
Yeah.
Do you write in like chunks, like in parts, or do you like take a whole like day or session to like get it all out?
It's weird. Sometimes I'll be on my Kanye West just ranting type stuff, and then and whenever I'm in that mood, I can get a whole verse done and stay on topic kind of the whole time. But mostly whenever I have a lot of things to say, I take my time with it. I'll write half a verse, and then I'll wait until the next day and I'll listen to it, and if I like it, then I'll be like, okay, let me try to add a couple bars, and then it'll kind of go piece by piece like that. There are few and far between where I sit down and I'm like, I'm just gonna write this whole thing and it's gonna be perfect, and no corrections. I'm usually let it sit.
What are the most compliments about your music? Like people that run into you or that notice you, what do they say about your music or your style of rapping? What do you get? They
enjoy my style. I have a lot of fans who enjoy Logic. They enjoy me too, just because of the fast rap. Just all of that. So I get a lot of compliments about flow, and then what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm not really into the whole Zanny wave going on right now.
Rapping.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah. And then and also I try to speak. I have some emotional songs and they're very open and raw. And I've had a lot of people talk about how they really like that.
Yeah, you're very relatable when it comes to your lyrics and the way you like sing. Or you also sing. Yeah. Well, you sing a little bit. Was that you singing in some of your? Yeah.
Yeah,
in some of your songs.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them. That's dope. You can do like kind of both.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in there.
No, you do a good job though.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, just being real. But I think that's something that stood out for me is your influence in your lyrics, and you're not all about that lifestyle that's going on right now, which that's music. Like music is subjective.
Absolutely.
And there's all styles and forms of it, and yours is just so happen to be relatable on that level.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that Eminem card?
Oh yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Especially,
I was wondering, like, wait, I'll let you talk right now. But when I walked into that bar or whatever, that performance, you're on the small stage, I was like, oh, this guy reminds me of Eminem. It's crazy. Yeah. But
I've definitely heard that before.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's usually either Logic or Eminem that I get. Especially whenever I'm rapping angry,
Yeah.
you know, then I get Eminem a lot. But I grew up listening to him, so, you know, maybe that's, you know, it's just seeping in there kind of a thing. Yeah, he was, I mean, growing up, he was a great inspiration. So, yeah, I guess, and now, especially since I'm rapping fast, it's just, that's how it is, you know.
Who are well, you said Eminem was an influencer for you of rapping. Anyone else that comes to mind?
Yeah, well, growing up, of course, I listened to Eminem. Lil Wayne was the hero. He had, there was, I mean, he had the era of, he was on everyone's song on the radio all the time, the No Ceilings, the Carter 3, like that was my peak phase of him, you know. And then I got into Kanye a bunch, and he changed me. And then Kid Cudi after that. And then, yeah, that's whenever I found out about Logic. This was 6-7 years ago. Childish Gambino, he destroyed me, like, style-wise. So just those. I think really, as I grow, I'm more into the artsy stuff. So, yeah, like, nowadays, Gambino is huge to me.
You talk a lot about, like, motivational stuff, I think. Is that something you've always been into, like, when it comes to rapping? Because you could talk about so many things. Do you think it's just this time frame that you're talking about these things of, like, being motivated and finding inspiration in things?
You know, I think it's like, no, okay, well, at first, no, positivity and rapping, like, growing up, I would have thought that was super cheesy.
Yeah.
I would have been like, what?
Yeah, no,
and
totally.
You know, and so, but I think there's, like, but there are, I don't know, I just feel like nowadays it's best to be yourself. Like, really, like, there's no better time to be yourself than today.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I just do how I feel, you know. I don't want to be, you know, I'm all into peace, love, and positivity, but I don't say that in every, you know, there's times, and, you know, whenever you need to turn up, whenever you're angry, all that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, for the most part, I want everyone to be good people. And so I don't want to say anything that makes people go the other way, I guess.
That's dope. Well, like you said, it wasn't popular rapping about motivational stuff or, like, being more positive back then. And now,
not at all.
Logic, you know, you have people like Logic coming out with stuff. And so that didn't, like, shy you away in the beginning from the rap game? Like, because you're like, was it relatable to you at the time? Well, yeah, of course it was relatable to you in some moments, but your style, how did you figure out your style? Was it a process of?
Yeah, it was.
I just think, like, the process of, like, figuring out, like, who you want to present yourself as to the world, and it comes out in your music, but you also have all these influencers that are rapping about drugs, whatever, lifestyles and different backgrounds. And so how do you put yourself in your own mind, aside from, like, comparing yourself to other rappers or styles?
Well, okay, so to me, it's easy to differentiate myself from others just because I really am doing me, I feel, you know? And so it really is just that, you know? It's as simple as that, you know? I don't, a thing about me, I don't listen to music before I go into the studio because I don't want any type of reference. I just want to go in there and, like, see what comes out, which sometimes makes it really hard. But it's, I really just want to be true to myself, you know, in the music.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, it's inspirational, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, aside from your music, what do you meditate?
I
Keep
want
yourself balanced. Like,
I want to do meditation and yoga. I still haven't chiseled out the time to do it, but no, I've just become really self-aware. I think, especially over the past 2 years have been crazy, just in that department. And so I just know I can tell myself when I'm slacking off. I can tell myself when I'm working myself too hard. Yeah, and I just know my personality, and I know whenever I'm doing too much in one certain way.
That's good.
Yeah.
You have a good backbone then. Like
Trying.
a value. You have a good set of values.
Trying to keep changing and learning in that
Who
regard.
do you think it influenced you to be this way, to create that backbone, those values that you now growing up, or people in your family? Are you close to your family?
No, yeah, I mean, in the sense that, like everything's good family wise. But no, I didn't grow up like super close. But I think it's been my adulthood that's done everything. You know, there really weren't, to be honest, there were very few people I was looking up to as a kid besides like celebrities, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel like just over the past few years in my adult life, I've been listening to so many podcasts, to be honest. I think that could be it.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of comedy, a lot of behind the scenes, and a lot of these comedians kind of have it right in the, like, you have to be able to make fun of yourself when you're being ridiculous, you know, just kind of, you know, and if you take yourself less serious, then life is a lot better, I've found.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true, especially now.
Yeah.
Like you say, we're in this like time frame, the shift of music just changing and developing. But how'd you grow up? Like in a household, like, was it, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. So I have I'm the oldest of three. We're all 4 years apart. I have a little sister and then an even younger brother.
Wow.
And yeah, we lived in this is an interesting story. So we lived in this
street stories.
Is this a explicit podcast at all or no?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right.
You could express yourself.
So I have so I'm mixed. I have a black father, white mother, and we grew up in this Jonesboro town, but it was connected to Anna, and these two cities were so close together that people called them Anna Jonesboro. Like there was a shared high school, all that stuff. I'm talking small.
Yeah.
And just to give you a taste of how I was living, Anna, back in the day, it was in the news and stuff. Whenever you see the "Welcome to Anna" sign, someone made their own sign that said, "Anna ain't no niggas allowed."
No way.
Yeah, and like posted it, and it was, you know, a big thing.
Wow.
And so it was.
How long ago was that? Well, it was
20, 25, you know, something like that. And so, yeah, whenever I was living there, I didn't have people saying stuff, but you could definitely tell that you were the mixed sheep in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was actually like semi rough grade school into high school, and it was really like college because I went off to college, and then that's when I was around more black people, to be honest. And then I just started to kind of learn about myself and learn to, you know, learn how to be accepted, you know, all that stuff.
Well, yeah, because you're in like you're like in the mix of two.
Yeah.
So you related more with like the black culture versus white, or like did you feel like you could relate to both equally?
Yeah, I feel like since I was around so many white people and they made fun of me, that I felt I was closer to black people. And then whenever I hung out with a lot of black people, they didn't make fun of me so much as being half white. So I was like, oh, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, like, you know, everyone's ignorant whenever you're a little kid, you know, people don't make me feel a certain type of way now. But yeah, I think that's just how it went. Yeah. It just so happened that it was I was closer with black people growing up.
Yeah. Dang. That's cool. Well, I want to give a taste of your music on my podcast. So I'm going to turn on, what song do you want to show off?
Let's
Gone,
see.
or
Let's do Live It Up, since that's one of the ones. Yeah,
okay.
I just released.
Yeah. We're going to pause.
Hold on, you ain't really about the life. I do a 50-hour work week, and then I go home just to write. Gary V got the advice. My market is on a new height. I'm trying to get them endorsements. I'm talking Yachty with the Sprite. I'm talking Yachty with the Target. In the shoes that you can't fit. I'm getting ready for the marathon. Long term, this ain't no sprint. Brainstorming new ideas. Building game, talking IKEA. Do my thing when I'm out here every time. But tonight I'm gonna live it up. I got the juice, liquor is in my cup. I'm not in the mood to play by your rules. Feel like I paid all my dues. What else is left here to do? I'm just gonna live it up. Live it up. I just took a drive through Fairview. I've been through some things that would scare you. And I've been cold for a while. I think I may need me a bottle of Theraflu. So who got the medication? I've been feeling ill, sick of being patient. I've been riding around town making hits. I am creation. Won't stop till everyone say it. Oh God. New flows. Kudos to those.
All right, guys, that was Live It Up. No. Yes, that was Live It Up.
Live It Up.
Live It Up.
Yeah.
Super dope. Go check that out. And where can we find your tracks at?
All right, I am everywhere as Young Leo, YUNGLEO. All social is Young Leo Music.
Why did you call it? How did you come up with your name, Young Leo?
Just
because you were young at the time and you're like Leo? No,
nah,
it's all like these rappers that are young. Young.
So let's see. Freshman year of college, I went into a dorm and I was the youngest person on my entire hallway. So everyone called me Youngin. And then that's whenever I started rapping. So at first my rap name was Youngin.
Yeah.
And then just growing up throughout the years, this is back when I was 18. So, now I'm 22, 23. I'm like, all right, I need to switch it up.
Yeah.
I need to. And so everyone always calls me, Leo all the time, especially just because I act like one, or so I'm told. And so everyone told me to change my name to Leo, but I still wanted a piece of when I started.
Wait, that's not your real name?
No.
What's your real name?
It isn't. My real name is Christopher.
I literally thought that was your name.
Yeah, but everyone calls me Leo. Yeah, so.
Know what else it could be?
Wait, shout out to Nemo.
Sorry.
What's good, Nemo?
Nemo just joined us from.
Nemo Hose is in the building.
Yeah. Nemo is on Tastemakers. We have Leo. It's like, I don't know what to call you now, Christopher or
You
Leo.
call me Leo.
Call him Leo. Don't call him by my government. That's like if you call me by my government.
I called you out last show.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, that's not your real name, and I tried to make him announce his real name over the
word.
show, but
It didn't happen.
it didn't work.
That could get dangerous. Yeah.
Damn.
Definitely.
But what was I saying? Lost my train of thought.
Oh, yeah. Nemo.
Shout out to Nemo.
Nemo.
Nemo on Tastemakers.
Yep.
We have Rewind Wednesdays?
Rewind Wednesdays. Got Music Madness Mondays. I do Turned Up Tuesdays now. And then Fridays is just the fucking weekend Friday Turned Up show.
Posted at Dash Radio. So shout out to Dash Radio and the Tastemakers crew for letting us come in here.
Shout out to V, V the plug.
Props to everybody, man.
Yeah, definitely. You're moving up. But hey, I want to shout out one thing.
Yeah.
Monday the 14th, for anybody who's going to EDC, I have a show coming out on the Tastemakers on Dash talking about the road to EDC. You're going to be playing all your artists that's going to be there. So tune in. It's going to be May 14th.
Dope.
Yeah.
And all the Tastemakers crew, Havoc, Paper, is everybody going to that?
Yeah, it was funny. It's going to be Paper's first year there. This is going to be like us going as a team 3 years straight. This is going to be my 7th year in a row going. So.
Dang.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and shout out to DJ Havoc. He's over there grinding it out with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yep, doing the Laugh Out Loud show.
The opportunity I fucked up. But we're not gonna get into that. 'Cause everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
You'll be
But
good.
anyways, I was saying Leo. They call you maybe they called you Leo because of the old cartoon when we were growing up as kids. Leo the Lion.
Oh man,
Leo
maybe.
the Lion. You probably had the hair for it too.
I did have a lot of hair.
You were in the dorm rooms. You were very young, but remember that cartoon? He had so much heart.
Yeah.
Lion, bro.
I feel you. That could be it.
Out here coming a beast. That's what I mean.
I appreciate it, but yeah, that could be it. I'll have to go ask people.
So that's how you came up with your name,
Yeah.
Young Leo. Anything you want to put out there that you're working on right now?
Well, so I'm kind of not working on a project right now, but in the meantime, I'm dropping a new song every 2 weeks. So
Nice.
this Yeah, so this past weekend I dropped a song called Hard Work. It was produced by Joseph Pratt. And then this upcoming week I am dropping, this Saturday coming up, I'm dropping a song called Bombs, and that's with my man, the Fuzz Raps. And so, yeah, and then until I figure out what I'm going to do with this next project, I'm just dropping a song every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Hey, you basically got a mixtape right there.
I mean, no, I'm trying to, but I'm trying to do music on top of music. So I'm working on a project while consistently dropping stuff.
Now, besides music, what's going on in your personal life, right? Like the fans that you got coming on right now.
Nemo's digging.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not to the level where I'm just walking around and people are saying, hey, what's up, Leo? But it's usually whenever I go to shows, I get a lot of love at shows. I love performing, perform a lot. And honestly, it just feels really good. I wasn't expecting, I moved here last June, so it's still under a year, and just the opportunities and the people I've met, the amount of shows I've performed since moving here in this past year is more than I've performed in my life. It's just like the energy here is so ridiculous. And I'm thankful to be here. Like
Hollywood
real
is the
talk.
land of opportunity.
Yeah,
bro. Like, shit.
It's crazy over here. So I'm so glad that like I got here. I'm so glad to be here, and I see myself, being here for a while.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's just so many rappers or SoundCloud rappers. There's so many like people that are trying to like make it.
Yeah.
How do you like set yourself aside from like those people? How do you make people, not make people, but like how do you get in that mindset where you want to set
like get in a different lane? There you go. Separate yourself.
Separate yourself.
Yeah. What goes back to what we were
hot over here, that cognac girl. Shout out to
homegirl Ashley.
Ashley.
Ketchum.
Served a little bit of cognac in my
smooth
cup.
sauce. But yeah, I think okay, so like I told you before, it's kind of like one of those, I don't listen to music before I go into the studio. So like I'm always on my own wave type of thing. Right. And to be 100% honest, I don't listen to SoundCloud that much at all. So whenever it comes to SoundCloud rappers, I don't hear it just because I realize that this is the wave that we're in. This is not my wave.
Yeah.
So instead of like,
you know what? And I like that because some people will know it's not their wave, but because it's what's on right now, they'll try to jump into it. And that's, you're not being yourself when you do that, and your music is not gonna show that you're being yourself.
Yeah. I just think of it as, I mean, it's really easy if you pay attention, because like J. Cole just dropped an album. He sounds nothing like what's popular nowadays.
But I like that he did make it sound like what's the wave right now. He put his own little spin on it.
But he killed it.
Yeah. He's basically saying like, man, all y'all can make music like this but have no sense into it. But me, I have structure, and actually I'm saying something. Yeah. And I'm making the same type of beats and rapping the same way. Why can't y'all do that for this generation? Yeah. Like you guys are the generation that's next, that our kids are gonna be listening to. Like trying to like show a difference, Definitely 100%. But also, he did go in the wave a little bit with the sound, but he wasn't the wave, like he was still him, Yeah, definitely. And so that's the same way that I think about it. I'm not gonna, I can't hop on with the super auto tune talking about chains and my scissor, it's just not, it's not my personality. So I literally don't fit into this wave. So I'm gonna just do my thing until the next one comes, and then maybe the next one is like, oh, I fit in there perfect. And if not, you just keep doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like look at 2 Chainz, bro.
Yeah.
Like look at 2 Chainz. Like this nigga, he was on DTP for years. Ludacris would not put him out, but it wasn't his time. Yeah. It was not his time. Yeah. And then once he finally went with Kanye and good music. What was the song when he was Titty Boy with Wayne? I can't think Duffel
of.
Bag Boy.
Yes. Okay.
Duffel Bag Boy.
So like from him going to that, like being on a song with Lil Wayne, to him disappearing, like not, and then him blowing up as 2 Chainz. It, number one, it shows you that sometimes you need to rebrand yourself. Like don't get stuck in what you're doing. And then number 2, like you have chances, like don't think that just because you're 23 and you haven't made it yet, like you have time.
Yeah.
So
and that's like one of my biggest like I can't even think of the word right now.
Your biggest like
not fault, but
fear.
not even a
per
fear.
se?
Like, actually, yes.
It is
like
fear.
a fear
It's kind
because
of
my
fear.
biggest fear is like not accomplishing something and just watching time fly.
Yeah.
It's like I'm 35 now and I still haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still at
reached
Dash
my
Radio
goals.
trying to make shows. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Hey, where's the shot sound?
Havoc, she
just
dissing
kidding.
you, bro. She
Crazy.
dissing you, Havoc. Nigga. Wow.
I don't know what I'm putting people on blast right now.
It's a joke. No,
Get myself
but
in trouble.
seriously. Yeah, but like there's a time for everything, you know?
Yeah.
You just God has a plan for everybody. That's
Yeah.
even, I don't know if anybody's in here is religious or not. Well, I'm gonna say I'm not even religious. I'm more of spiritual. Yeah, you feel me? But I feel like the higher power has a plan for everybody, you know? And you just keep walking your walk, you know? Cuz the angels send signs to you about if you're doing the right thing or not, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I be having like nostalgias and like
That intuition.
for real.
Those are the
It's real.
angels.
Yeah. Shout out to my guardian angel, bro.
Aww. You're getting extra blessings this week just for shouting her out.
Yeah.
Or him.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you spiritual, religious? Like anything?
I definitely believe in something. I have no idea what I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like there is something, bigger out there. And so I do believe I'm actually kind of caught between like everything happens for a reason and get it yourself. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where like I do believe that there is like a plan that's outside of my control, but at the same time, I'm gonna do what I got to do. You know, like I'm gonna get this. You know, so I'm not like when I feel like people who talk about the everything happens for a reason, that's sort of an excuse whenever you're just sitting on the couch not doing anything, everything happens, you know. And it's just one of those things. I like to preach like, yeah, you could be part of a greater plan, but also do everything that you can.
Because those talents can be instilled in you, but if you don't do those things, those things can be taken away from you that quick.
Yeah. Don't rely on miracles to do what you can do yourself, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really that way though. Like you can't really be reliant on anyone but yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Born alone, die alone.
Well,
that is true. That is true.
So sad, but yeah, I feel you.
Where do you think we go after we die?
I mean, I would like to say somewhere, just out of fear, because it's terrifying to think that nothing. But if nothing happens, then I guess it doesn't matter. To be honest with you,
in my opinion, I feel like after we go, you go to your paradise. Whatever your paradise is in your mind, that's where you go.
See, I would like to believe that too, but my biggest thing is, what if your paradise has to do with your loved ones? You know, you want them there, but what if their paradise, they don't want anything to do with you? No, like, hey, real talk. Like, you don't want to spend eternity with like certain people. You know what I'm saying? So your idea of paradise is not everyone else's. So there's going to be some sort of discrepancy.
That's funny how you say that, because in a movie with Casey Affleck called A Ghost Story, it kind of explains that in a sense.
A word?
Yeah.
I see.
I would suggest anybody who is like a big movie fanatic, go check out that movie. But the thing is about that movie, there's no dialogue.
Oh.
What?
Snap.
It's basically like the perspective from the life perspective from a ghost. Like there's dialogue. There's probably like 10 sentences worth of dialogue. In the movie,
That's
but
crazy.
Like,
so is he just observing? Like,
yeah, like you have to see it. Like
that's
it really
crazy.
Blows your fucking mind.
That's dope.
Yeah, A Ghost Story.
Ghost Story. Okay.
By Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck's little brother.
Okay, cool. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sorry, I'll be like going on.
I know
track.
we're on tangents.
Yeah, back to Leo though. Back to Leo and his music, bro. Leo. So, what are you looking out of like your production, out of your music? What are you looking to gain out of it?
The biggest thing, I mean, there's a worldwide thing, which is just to have everyone listen to my music and know that you don't. My biggest thing is I want to always stay true to myself, and so that way, whenever I get on or to a place where I can consider call myself on, that people will look to me and say, he did it without all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to make a crazy viral video where I kick a donkey. You know what I'm saying? Like if
I like donkeys.
Like, you know, but I mean, like,
I want a miniature donkey.
we live in, that would be tight. I've seen those. Yeah.
Like as a pet.
Yeah, but no, just like crazy ridiculousness, viral videos. You know, kind of like doing something that's out of your character. I don't see myself doing something like that. I just wanna work and earn every fan. You know what I'm saying? And then every fan that I earn, like they're gonna stick with me because I earned you. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the worldwide thing. Is I want people to understand they don't have to go to the depths of everyone else to make it. You know?
Right.
Selfishly though, I would love to make my living off of just my music. You know, I think that the biggest thing, because I do have a 9 to 5. You know, I didn't come here on a deal.
Yeah.
And so I would like to make it off of my music, but I think the thing that a lot of people get confused is they think that $1 million is making it. But to me, like literally, if I make like $40,000 a year off of just music, I made it because I'm not working a day job.
Yeah. When the residual checks just keep coming out, like, I gotta open my mailbox like, that commercial's done.
I could live off of 20,000 just music if that's all I had to, you know. It's like it's so like to me making it is the day that I quit my job because I know that I'm just going to live off my music, you know. And
that
so
I know my kids can like live a better life than I even thought about.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Definitely. Yeah. I think the biggest there are so many people that I know, there's so many people that I don't know. I just want to help so many people, but I can't help anyone until I'm in that position. So right now, like I am in that selfish point of I got to do everything I can to, you know, get up, but I still got to hold true to, you know, because it will come back to bite me at some point, you know. Yeah. So
do you ever think about that lifestyle of living like that celebrity life, of how your life can just change like that? Like if you're the life you're living now, you don't want that 9 to 5, but when you jump into like becoming more well known, have you thought about that lifestyle?
Yeah. I think that for some people, maybe it just happens too quickly. You go from a nobody to the star, you know, in a 2-month period. And then you just don't know how to act because you're put in all these situations you've never been in before, you know? I just feel like for me, I think that I've seen enough mistakes from other people that I learned from them. So now I just know that whenever I get that opportunity, I can't be going buck wild, you know? I mean, I would, you know, just keep a level head. That's all it is. Also, like, I'm not 18, so if I do get on, like, I've lived long enough that all the, you know, supermodels and all that, 26.
Oh, okay.
So all these, you know, like, it doesn't impress me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, cocaine on the table, you know, supermodels. You know, it's not as enticing as it once was, you know? Gotcha. So.
How do you see your life, like, let's just say, like, in your 30s maybe? Like, do you want to have that family, like, that everybody wants kids, and, like, or you are focused on your career?
To be honest, I've never, ever had a desire to have a kid. And so as of right now, I don't want kids. And throughout my ever since a child, ever since I said that, like, adults always say, one day you'll change, you know. And it is a little frustrating because it's like, dude, I don't want you. Like, everybody
pressures you.
Yeah. It's like, dude, chill, get off my case.
I told my mom, I'm gonna be a nun. Like, you guys don't even have to worry. I'm gonna be a nun. Don't even worry. Be like, not having kids.
I'm sorry for the cobwebs on that thing.
That was then. So stuff's changed.
But no, I feel like when it comes to the family, I'm down to have, you know, like. I'm still looking for a girl, you know, like a wife, things like that. But it is hard, number one, because I tell people up front I don't want kids because I don't want to have this conversation later. You know, like I tell people off top, and it's turned a lot of people away. But
don't you think that could change though with like time and like your situation? Like you could definitely find a girl that you're like, oh my God, I love this person, and
I found that girl before, to be honest, but I still didn't want kids with her. Like, I don't, it's just.
I know what you mean, bro.
Like, it's so hard to explain, but it's like, I just don't want kids, you know?
I know what you mean.
It's like, that's all it is.
26, like, the thought of, like, having kids and being married and actually, like, the whole family thing at such a young age, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
There's I mean, 30s is the soonest I would think about marriage, to be honest.
Yes.
Just because I'm way too young.
Marriage is crazy.
There's no way.
20s, like you're still out and partying and having fun. You're still trying to find yourself at like 27 years old.
Yeah.
Nima, what if you find yourself though, like in the next year, and you're like, you're making money, you're living the life?
Do you hear what my name is? When am I gonna find myself?
He's still on the lookout. He's still on the lookout.
Hence his name. Makes sense. Total sense. What were you gonna say though? Before, were you gonna say something or no?
Probably, but I have no idea.
That cognac kicking in.
Yeah. But no, I feel like just when it comes to the family, I'm down. I've actually thought about maybe one day I would adopt. Like for real, but it's one of it's so long. I mean, it's over a decade away before I would even think about doing that for real.
Yeah.
So I just don't worry about it right now. And yeah, I mean, it's one step at a time. First, I got to find a girl. You know,
I hear a lot of that in your music, your relationships.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong city for that, bro. All these Hollywood bougie chicks.
Yeah, I know. I've actually found out that.
How many relationships have you been in? Like serious ones?
I've only had one girlfriend. I had her twice. We broke up and then we got back together a year later. God. And so most of my sad songs are about her.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I feel like I don't know why. When it comes to the songs where I talk about girls, I just get in my emotional bag. Well, no, I do know why, because I don't open up to the person I'm with a lot. And so whenever I ruin it, I make a song and I tell you about all my feelings that I didn't say at the time. And then
so your communication is in the music.
I have horrible communication in real life.
You're like, you're going to use my music as the sourch of our communication. So you understand where I'm coming from, because I can't really tell you directly.
I always just say, wait 3 months, and then I'll release a song, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. And then, no, I'm just, it's like.
So be in a relationship with young Leo. I don't know about that.
But no, I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's good. It's a growing process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you performing anywhere else coming up?
Yeah. So.
What shows you got coming up?
Today is the 6th. On the 10th, I'm actually doing a set at the Vans headquarters. There's a little competition I'm in. There's performances going up. There's like a top 10, and they give you a little gift card. But the top number 1 spot is you get to open up for a national headliner. So that's what I'm going for. Yeah.
That'd be hella dope.
Yeah, and so.
So how do we give our support with that? Like, are they the judges, or do we get?
They are. Yeah.
Oh.
Like it's a private event.
Oh, wow.
Like
not American Idol thing.
Yeah, you can't buy tickets for it. Yeah, like so it's
Oh, so we can't even come.
No,
So we're the unprivate events. Like we're the events.
So so after that I've got let's see. I'm doing.
Maybe I could be your assistant for that event.
You could, but I'll put your name on the list. But I think the 24th I have something going. Okay, the 18th I have a show in Vegas.
Wait, the Van show is May
10th, which is this Thursday. Yeah, and then I have 18th in Vegas. Man, I forgot the venue. But here in local in North Hollywood, the 24th, I have a show at Book the Spot LA. So I'll be performing there, and then another show the next week after that.
Yeah. You moving, bro.
So I'm trying. I really do try to do 3 shows a month at least. Just to stay out there.
How do you like balance? Well, you work. You said like a 9
to
5.
I don't do anything else.
Oh, so it's basically
ain't no time for friends.
It's
like
one of those things.
That's the real sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you really want to be out here making it.
Dang. Well, shout out to you for just hustling and making it. I mean, you can see it in your music, your videos, your posting stuff. It's coming along, so
appreciate it.
Congratulations,
and thank you.
Just keep your spirit the same way it's been, And like we said, shit will fall when the time is right.
Definitely.
So,
Absolutely.
We're gonna play one more song so everybody can hear. What did I say? Gone.
Gone.
Yeah. I really like that. You guys should check it out on YouTube. It's a whole video. You can see what he looks like, ladies.
Yeah,
you want to get in that relationship. He's rapping. He has his bars in his song. So we're going to peep it right now. All right, that was Gone. What did you guys think about Nemo? What did you think about that? Oh, he's putting the bottle down.
Crickets.
He's pouring up a little bit of more cognac out here.
Yeah. You know me, Poe up Nemo. Oh, when you first sent me that track earlier in the day and I watched the video, I was like, bro got bars.
Yeah.
Bro got bars. And then I was tripping off of it because I was like, bro, he's a ginger too.
Yeah. So unique.
No, but I really like his flow, the way the video went. I don't know if he directed or somebody else did.
Yeah, I did. Thank you, though.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I really like that. It was really, you can really see what you're talking about through your music, through the video, you know?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It was dope. You should have seen him at the event I went to and where I discovered him.
Discovered him?
Discovered.
Oh, look, Vita plug.
I'll take it.
Look,
the AR now?
You guys watch. In a few years, he's going to be on some other level. No, I swear.
I appreciate it.
Talking about, you mean in a couple years, we all are about to be
That's
on
true. That's true.
Let's all rise together.
Yes. Can I get an amen, amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks for that.
No problem.
But so you produced that whole video yourself?
Yeah. I had a homie just go. We went somewhere. He held the camera. I was like, yo, do this. And then, we shot it, went home and chopped it all up.
That was in Brooklyn, no?
No, that was in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah, right by the river.
Brooklyn
Yeah,
or
I saw the
New
bridge.
York.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's not a smart move, but I didn't put the arch in any of the clips. I should have done that, but I didn't do that. So that was my fault.
So what's the context of Gone?
Yeah, Gone. So I had.
There's some mad bars in that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a heavy one to unpack, but I had a project called Lost Inspiration, which was about the 3 years that I spent in living in Texas. I went there for music. I went there for a girl. I went there for a family. And it was all horrible catastrophe.
I heard that in that song.
It was bad.
You went to live there for her, or no?
Yeah, I mean, she was a big part of the reason. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there were like music opportunities. There was, I was getting out of St. Louis, which is a small area. Trying to go find places. And so just with everything that happened, that all turned out horribly. Unfortunately, we all had the same friends, so that turned out horribly because people with issues are in the same group. So I just went through a lot, and I wasn't writing music because I couldn't. And then I just got hit with real life stuff, bills, a roommate who couldn't afford their pay of the rent. So now I got to work extra hours to, and there was so much happening. And then I got just a very low point. And where I was working at, there was a guy there who sold some stuff. Yeah. and so there were times where I had to help out just to get the extra money to pay for it. So it was it was a horrible, it's not where I wanted to be. And so I made this entire project about it. And then I had that, but then after that, I had nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Cause I talked about everything, Yeah. And so once again, I had writer's block, and I was like, what am I going to talk about? And then it was months and months, and then I started writing that song, and the first line that came to my head was, yo, I've been gone for a minute, but it's feeling a lot longer than a minute. And then that's how the song came, And then I just wanted to talk about just how I've been feeling ever since then, what's been going on. And then let y'all know that I still rap. I'm still out here.
You went MIA for a second, but then you're back.
Yeah.
Good, damn.
Yeah.
That's dope. So anything else you want to say about that you can or people can find you?
Yeah, everywhere, all social medias is Young Leo Music. That's Young with Y-U-N-G. And then you can find me on all platforms at Young Leo. You can listen to everything. And every 2 weeks I'll be dropping something new. So, and that's until I come out with a project. So please tune in. I hope you all enjoy.
Tune in. Nemo, anything else from you?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm kind of feeling that cognac. Yeah. No, but for real, if you want to find me, you can find me at. No, yeah. I'm just keep it secret,
I forgot my headphones.
Yeah.
I had my headphones on.
Hey.
For the listener, V just broke everything.
Ran out from the plug.
I I got unplugged.
If you want to find me, you can find on Instagram. You can find me at OG Smoke Poppy. Twitter, You Found Omen. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Like, yeah, never mind. Yeah, just find me.
You can't because you're Nemo.
Yeah, definitely. There we go.
Finding Nemo.
I'm going to have you type this in for me.
Oh, man. All right, guys. So I think that's it for our show. Go check him out. You heard a little bit of his music. He's definitely creative. He keeps it real. Writes his own shit, which is amazing. And, yeah, just peep him, check him out, and hopefully we'll see you up there.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
thank you for coming.
Nemo, it was great to meet you.
Great to meet you as well. And we definitely going to be linking up soon, bro.
Absolutely.
All right, so you just heard it. I plugged you into Leo, young Leo.
Young Leo. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Leo. I'm so confused with your name now. Now that I know the real context.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just plugged you guys into young Leo. Peep him at Young Leo Music on IG. And you heard it from the street. This is V, and you can catch me at V the Plug on Instagram. And we'll see you guys next week, or you can listen to me next week.
Peace.
Yep.
Bye.
Peace.